build first. Build first. Why God only blesses what you build. Build first. Why God only blesses what you build. Let's get back into the scripture, if you will. Exodus chapter 25, 8 through 9. Exodus 25, 8 through 9. Build first. God only blesses what you build. Here we go. Let's get to it. And let them make me a sanctuary that I may dwell among them, according to all that I show you. That is the pattern of the tabernacle and the pattern of all its furnishings. Just so you shall make it. Doesn't sound like a lot. Doesn't sound like a lot. Watch this. Let them make me a sanctuary that I may do what? Dwell among them. Notice, he doesn't come first. You have to build it first. Too many of us are just praying and waiting for God to show up. And God said, no. You build it first, then I'll show up. And I think the church have gotten it wrong for eons of years. They think, no. I pray and get God to show up, and then I'll do what? Then I'll build it. No. God said, you got it all backwards. You build it first, then I will show up. So we got to build it first. Build what? Build the character. Build the faithfulness. Build the commitment. You must build that first before he actually shows up. Otherwise, you are not ready for it. So too many of us are asking, when are you going to show up, God? And God is saying, I'm simply waiting for you to build it first. Build it. He says, and let them make me a sanctuary that I may dwell among them. So if they don't make the sanctuary, I don't dwell among them. Make me first a sanctuary. I want you to understand that. So watch this. So you must do something in the natural to allow the spiritual to show up. You won't hear that in most churches. Just keep on praying, keep on believing. Now you better start building something. He will only bless what you build. You got to get that, church. Too many times that we're sitting back waiting for God and we wonder why nothing ain't happened. He said, well, you ain't built nothing. You haven't built anything yet. Watch this. Verse 9. According to all that I show you. That is the pattern of the tabernacle. Now, I want you to focus on something here. He says, according. Watch this. According simply means stated on testing. Stated or tested. Stated or tested. According. Stated or tested. What does that mean? Someone can make a statement to me and say, well, don't you live in Conroe? I say, yeah, I do. How do you know that? Well, according to me, so according means something stated or tested. So he says, according to all. So he's referring to something I have already stated and you should have already tested. So now he's saying putting faith in something that's already been stated or tested. Are you with me? All right. So now he says again that you're going to build something. The reason you're going to build something according to what's already been stated and tested. Right. That I what? Show you. That is the pattern. So whatever the pattern is, you must live your life based on what's already been stated or tested. But this is amazing church here. Right. So watch this now. According to the pattern. He didn't say just start doing something to be doing something. I need you to follow a pattern. Now watch this. Watch this. A pattern is a repeated design. Put that in your notes. A pattern is a repeated design. No more if you're trying to make your own clothes. You're following a pattern. You're following a repeated design. When an organization or a manufacturer builds something or produce something, you're just following a repeated design. A repeated design. A repeated design. Someone say a repeated design. Say it again. A repeated design. See, this is nothing more than a repeated. Doesn't it say things over and over and over? Oh, I'm tired of hearing it. No. I love it. Here's why. Because I love Malachi 3:6 says, for I, the Lord, do not change. Now, if you go through, watch this, go from the Old Testament to the New Testament, you will see where it's simply just a repeated design. So when he says, watch this, when he says in Jeremiah, watch this, I know the plans that I have for you. You must follow the plan according to the repeated. Talk back to me. Most folks are not living the life, the best life, the blessed life, because they're not following the repeated. He's designed a life for you, but you must follow the pattern according to what's been stated or tested. You got it? All right. So watch this now. Watch this now. So a pattern is a repeated design. Now watch this. Patterns is part of a process. Patterns is a part of a process. And a process is part of a system. I'm going to teach you. I'm going to take my time here and teach it. Patterns is a part of a process, and a process is a part of a system. So you're going, Pastor, I don't understand what you're saying. When people say, oh, girl, oh, dude, how you doing? Oh, man, I'm going through. Well, what you don't realize is that you're going through a process. If you continue to follow the pattern, see, you ever notice that certain things in life, we seem to go back through it over and over and over again. He wants you to understand what that pattern is so you can get past the process. Now, a process is part of a system. Follow me here. So a pattern is a part of a process, but the process is part of a what? System. So when Christ says in Matthew 6, watch it. Christ says in Matthew 6, 33 says, seek ye first the kingdom. The kingdom is nothing more than a system full of processes that uses, I wish I had somebody. That's all it is. So when you're going through the process. You have to be processed. You have to go through the process. The process is what preparing you for what's to come. And that what's to come is part of the system. Are you with me? You got to get this, church. All this, oh, I'm going through and crying. Now, you don't quite get it. You don't quite get it. And since you don't get it, you don't get it. You got to go through the process. You got to go through the training. If I want to promote you, don't I have to put you with somebody else so you can be trained, or in essence go through what? The process, so you can be ready to handle what I'm about to give you. Are you with me? Okay, all right. So you must build it first. Somebody say build it first. All right, now watch this now. So we found out that pattern is a part of the process, and process is part of a system. God multiplies what you build. He only multiplies what you build. Blessings is not what happens to you, it's what happens through you. I'm going to say it again. Blessings is not what happens to you, it's what happens through you. Because once you go through the process, watch this, now you are part of the process. You ever heard the saying, oh, I'm just blessed to be a, talk back to me. You're blessed to be a blessing. So now that you've been processed, now you're going to be part of the process. Or you ever notice that once you've been through something, God sends people who went through the exact same thing so you could help them? So you went through the process to become part of the process. Are you with me? God doesn't create chaos. He creates systems. I'll write that again. God doesn't create chaos. He creates systems. I'll prove it to you. The Bible says, in the beginning, God created heaven and earth, right? And it says, and the earth was without form and darkness was upon it. God said, let there be light, and light showed up, and God saw it was good. Then the Bible says, God took the light and made it day, and took the darkness, made it night. What he's doing, he's setting up systems. Because now the day controls everything we do in the day, the night controls everything. It's a system. Now notice, once he put the system in, ain't nobody touched it since. When we are having chaos in our life, it shows we lack what? A system. I don't know where my money's going. I don't know what this is. Oh, that's easy. Your system ain't working. If you got one in place, it ain't working. That's the problem. Marriage, relationships, finances, whatever it may be, health. If you're having bad health crisis, weight, this, that, and the other, truly what you're lacking, not a bad person. I pray and pray and pray. That's good. I always say that's what you did when you was on your knees. Now God about to see what you about to do when you get off of them. Because what you should be putting in place once you get off of them is a system. A system is part of what the process is, and the process is where the pattern starts. Find me a pattern, I'll show you a process. Show me a process, I'll deliver you a system. Are you still with me? I hope this is not going over people, going over people's head. The pattern you must follow that fulfills the process. The process is a part of a system, and the system is what accomplishes the goal. Follow me here. Don't chase the goal, just insert the system. So I say this in advance because, wow, we got January the 1st coming. Everybody going to have these delusional goals. And by the time we get to the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th day or 1st, 2nd week, it's done with. Not that they're bad persons, not because they're lazy, not because they didn't have any good intentions. The problem is they were so focused running after the goal, they failed to put a system in place that would deliver the goal. Don't worry about the goal. That's not your job. It's the system job to take care of the goal. It's the process you must go through to complete the system that allows you to accomplish the goal. So once you accomplish, don't worry about the goal because the system will take care of the goal. The process is constantly getting you through the system, and it's the pattern you must follow that takes you through the process that delivers the system that accomplishes the goal. Are you still with me? Somebody say build it first. So here's what I love about it. A system is better than motivation. We got too many people going to church for motivation. That's why these jokers up here, they ain't turning them into a motivational speaker now. When they need to be teaching you according to all that I show you. And that is why we must follow the pattern. The pattern takes us through the process operates the system, and the system delivers the results. That's all. That's all. Put in the pattern. Now, let me be very clear about a pattern. A pattern, remember I told you, is a repeated what? Design. So you got to do some stuff what? Over and over and over and over and over and over and over. So yeah, and while you're following the pattern, you're going through a process. Now, if you're being processed, that's called movement. I'm moving. I don't seem like I lost weight. No, just follow the pattern. The process is going to deliver the system, and the system will deliver the goal, the results. Are you with me? All right. So we must find the system. Blessings seek structure. Blessings seek structure. Tell them to make a sanctuary for me, and then I'll what? I'll dwell among them. I'm looking for structure. I bless structure, not chaos. God will never bless chaos. God will never bless a mess. He's looking for structure. Put the structure in, no matter how long it takes. No matter how long it takes. It does not say how long it took them to build what? A sanctuary. He said, once they finish it, then I'll show up. Until then, I'm not showing up. So let's not focus on him showing up. Focus on building the sanctuary, and then he shows up. Watch this. Watch this. You can't have increase without infrastructure. You can't have increase without infrastructure. Here's why. Because I said he doesn't bless chaos. So let's say he give you the increase. You don't have the infrastructure. It all come tumbling down. So build the infrastructure and then wait for the increase. So you must build it first. Build the boundaries. Build the stipulations. Even in a marriage, a relationship, hey, let's talk about this. What are we going to talk about that for? It ain't never happened. No, but if we build the infrastructure, we ain't got to worry about it. Let's say one of the spouses doesn't have a job right now. That's fine. This is the infrastructure we're going to put in place. So when you do get a job, we ain't got to ever worry about this happening to us again. We got the infrastructure. Why? Because we're getting ready for what? Increase. Are you with me? Increase requires a builder. Increase requires a builder. Let them make me a sanctuary that I may dwell among them. Watch this. The sacred responds to the prepared. The sacred responds to the prepared. Let them make me a sanctuary that I may dwell among them. God saying I'll dwell among them if they prepare me something. So the sacred always responds to the prepared. You get prepared, the sacred would always respond. See, why can the sacred ain't respond? You ain't prepared yet. You ain't prepared. Look at your neighbor and say, get ready. Look at your neighbor again and say, stay ready. So once you get ready, okay, I didn't build it now. Now watch it now. We'll talk about this. Won't be today. It'll be in the upcoming weeks. But do you not know that when Noah had built the ark, nobody talks about this? It took him 120 years. I ain't say 120 minutes, which would be 2 hours. I didn't say 120 hours. I didn't say 120 days. I didn't say 120 weeks. I didn't say 120 months. I said 120. We talking about something that over and over and over and over and over and over and over. We talking about he followed the pattern because we're going to show you what God gave him all the measurements. Here's the measurement. The measurement is God was measuring him. He says once you build the ark, then I'll flood it. He don't build it, God don't flood it. He said, once you build it, you will enter the ark, which means it wasn't about the outside, it was about the inside. Once I trust that you are able to build it without you seeing me do something first, but according to what I said, according to my word, then I see you are that guy. So by him building it, he became that guy. That's why the Bible says, oh, he's the most righteous man on earth. How can he call him that? Look what the boy done. He built it first. He better than everybody on earth. That's kind of hard for God to say. Now God say, who else you know going to do something for 120 years straight and not see no results? Y'all not hearing what I'm saying. Huh? The enemy is the tempter. God is the tester. The enemy is the tempter. God is who? And anybody who's seeking for promotion can't wait to have a test. God is the tester. He tested everybody up in here. And since God's no respecter of person, you got to get tested too. I got to get tested too. And I must follow a certain pattern that causes me to be processed as I go through his system that allows me to receive the results he has for me. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, all right. Most people want provision. Nobody wants preparation. I'll say it again. Everybody wants provision. Nobody wants preparation. How long does that take? As long as it takes you. It ain't on God. It's on you. It's not on God. It's on me. It's not on God. He said, as soon as they build it, I'll show up. Today, I don't think I'm going to work on that sanctuary today. God said, no problem with me. Ain't bother me none. But I thought you desired my presence. I thought you wanted my provision. I do. Well, get prepared. So people all pass I'm going through. Like I told y'all over and over, I just laugh at them. That's part of the process. They miss church. They stop tithing. They stop. See, you actually think he can trust you with increase? Think about it. Ain't he the same one say be faithful over a few things and you will be a ruler over. Talk to me. He said you can't even get through the process. You actually think you making $10 an hour. You think I'm going to give you $50 an hour? Stop. God shall not be mocked. In other words, God shall not be made a fool out of. But we actually think God going to be a fool. Like, he really going to bless me with more. No, he ain't. You're not prepared. Get ready. When you get ready, it shows anticipation, does it not? When you get ready, it shows expectation, does it not? Matter of fact, anticipation and expectation equals what's called faith now. You waiting for God. Because why? Eyes ready. So you got to ask yourself, in your finances, in your life, in your marriage, can you truly say, eyes ready? And if you can say, I'm not ready, then you ain't got to worry about looking for nothing right now. Just get ready, and then he'll show up. Are we good? Okay, all right. Let them make me a sanctuary make me a sanctuary that I may dwell among them. According to all that I show you, that is the pattern of the tabernacle and the pattern. So why keep saying the pattern? Notice there's a pattern for the tabernacle, there's a pattern for the furnishing. In other words, a pattern shows that God has a system for everything. He got a system for everything. We have a system for everything. We got a system for our marriage. We got a system for our finances. We got a system for our physical health, our workout. I eat like this. It's a system. See, if I follow my system, I shouldn't have to worry about picking up weight. I shouldn't have to worry about getting sick. I shouldn't have to worry about diabetes. I shouldn't have to worry about that because I got my system taking care of that. Girl, you ain't never sick. Girl, it's my system. I don't eat like you. I can't say that because you get people in their feelings. But yeah, I don't eat like you. I live according to my system. I don't eat late. I don't do no sugar. I don't do no salt. I don't do this. I don't eat meat. Right. So those things, my system is protecting me from all the things that could attack me. I'm operating by the system. My marriage is the same way. So y'all don't go through that. Girl, we not built infrastructure. We don't deal with that. He and I talked about this when we first got together. We will not deal with this. We're going to do this and we're going to do that. All that foolishness, we don't worry about. It's the system. And we ain't talked about it since. It's the system. 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 S-Y-S-T-E-M. Sorry to bore you this morning, but system simply means saving you stress, time, energy, and money. You can't tell me you ain't interested in that. That's the only reason you come to church, because you're trying to save yourself stress, time, energy, and money. And I'm telling you, according to his word that he shows us, if we follow the pattern or the system. Again, I repeat it. S, save. Y, U. S, stress. T, time. E, energy. M, moolah. Come on, let's keep it real. So if you want to save the stress, time, energy, because those are three things. My emotions, my connections, don't waste my time. My energy, I don't want to put that in you. And don't waste my money. Because I have to spend my energy and my time to make my talk back to me. Stop playing with me. But people just come to church like, for what? If you're not coming to understand the system, that's why, oh my God, that's all he talks about is this, that. I'm trying to get you to understand the pattern. Once you get through the pattern, you don't mind going through the process, because that's what lets you know the system is working, and I'm going to accomplish my goal, baby. That's how it works. That's all he talks about. See, you don't get it then. See, the pattern allows me, watch this, to do something. 1 Corinthians 15:46. 1 Corinthians 15:46. 1 Corinthians 15:46. Let's go there. 1 Corinthians 15:46. Glory be to the Most High. Build it first. God said, build it first. Then I'll show up. He said, well, I thought you were going to show up first. To what? You ain't built it. I only bless what you build. put infrastructure in place, build a stronger marriage, and then I show up in the stronger marriage. Oh, I know, you thought I was going to come in and make it stronger. No. You build it strong, and what I do, I reinforce what you built. Here's where most people get tripped up in church. Here we go. 1 Corinthians 15:46 says, however, the spiritual is what? It's not first. That's why you say, build me a sanctuary, and then I'll show up. I thought you were going to show up first. It don't work like that. However, the spiritual is not first, but the what? Natural. And afterwards what? That's according to the Bible, not Dr. Ellis. So if the spiritual hadn't showed up, we got to go, so what have we not done in the natural? We hadn't built it yet. We got to build it. See, so watch this now. Watch this. The pattern is part of the process. The process is part of the system, and the system accomplishes whatever the goal you have in place. Now watch this. Now remember now, a pattern is a repeated what? Design. So it's now going through this. Because once I accomplish this goal, then I get right back in line all over again. Because I got another goal now. So now I got to create another pattern, go through another process for another system to create a whole nother goal. Are you with me? Now, something happens. It says, however, the spiritual is not first, but the natural. And then afterwards what? The spiritual. So now I need something spiritually to transform me. I put natural things in place, but now I need something spiritual to happen to me. What happens is the pattern creates a whole new habit. Or one can say a whole new me. You know what? You ain't the same no more. Something then changed with. See, people talk like that. And we don't realize what happened is what they seeing is that pattern and allowed you to go through the process that the system has worked for you to accomplish your goal. Now people see you what? Different. The reason people see you different because here's what the truth is. You are. You are. You've been processed now. Does that make sense to anybody? So now you are different. You appear different because now you created a new habit. I don't want to lose anybody. Only reason you are who you are is because of your habits. If you want to change who you are, to change your habit, you got to change your pattern. Your pattern is part of the process. Process is part of the system, and the system delivers a whole new you. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? It's your habit. I am who I am because of my habit. If I want to change, I must change my habit. Oh, I can change my habit. I change my pattern. I change my pattern. I change my process. I change my process. I change the system. Once I change the system, voila. He said, though I take you through the fiery furnace, you shall come out as pure gold. Why? Because now you've been processed through my system. We are creatures of habit. Talk back to me. Well, I'm just telling you, I've been this way my whole life. Yeah, people pretty much know. Yeah, she been raggedy her whole life. Nobody likes dealing with her or him. It's because of your habits. You need a different pattern. Maybe don't be so petty all the doggone time. Change something. Maybe let something skeet by this time. You ain't got to be, again, the neighborhood watch on everything and everybody. But nobody likes you. Too soon? Too early? No, it's your habit. Why do you eat so fast? Why do you don't close your mouth when you? It's a habit. People say, well, it's a force of. Talk back to me. So what they're saying is, it's the system that has created me like this. Why do you? Then you start to probe a little bit. So why do you eat like that? Well, I tell you what. You know, I was in the military, and they always say, eat it now and taste it later. Yeah, I'm telling you about the military. Yeah, eat it now, you taste it later. I've always had, never had a car, so I've always got to ride with people. When I get up in the morning, I've always, wake up late, so I got to eat my food, so I can run out there. Once you understand, you kind of go, oh, but you got a car now, right? I mean, you've been driving for about 20 years, right? You don't have to eat like that, no. Too soon. You must build it first. Then he shows up. The natural, then the spiritual. Are you with me? So it's patterns. It's patterns that has gotten us like this. So he wants to change us by following his pattern. He wants to change us by following. God accepts me just the way I am. Yes and no. Will he accept you who you are, who you am? Yes. Do he expect you to stay that way? Heck to the no. No, if you follow his pattern and go through his process, his system works. You shouldn't be the same you. If it is, you have been repeating this thing over and over and over and over and over. Daniel 9:17. Daniel 9:17. Now remember, he said, tell them to build me a sanctuary that I may what? Dwell among them. They got to do something natural, then the spiritual shows up. Let's talk about this sanctuary. Now therefore, our God, hear the prayer of your servant. Now therefore, our God, hear the prayer of your servant and his supplication. In the word supplication, you find the word supply. Why? Paul says, my God shall supply, talk back to me, all your needs. So therefore, when you pray, understand that he has all the supply. You got it? All right. And for the Lord's sake, for whose sake? The Lord, not my sake, but for the Lord's sake, do what? Cause your face to shine where? On your sanctuary, which is desolate. So watch this now. Oh God, hear the prayer of your servant and his supplications. His supplication being rejoice. Rejoice. Rejoice when? Always. Pray without what? Ceasing. Right? And give thanks for what? Everything. For that is the what? Will of God. All right. Very good, class. Now, sound like to me, that is a repeated pattern. Now, when you can say that when you ain't got a dime in your pocket, you be in process. Oh, you can say that when you ain't got a car to drive, you be in process. See, he getting character out of this. This person here, I'm making them to be this. See, I love God because God got a system better than the mafia. See, the mafia, you can't touch certain people. No, hear what I'm saying. You can't touch certain people. They call them, you know what they call people you can't touch? Made men. He's a made man. He's a made man. You can't touch him. I don't care how much money you got, this, that, and other. He's a made man. He's untouchable. That's where you get the movie Untouchables from. They're all full of made men. Well, God is a God who makes men. When I mean men and women. He makes you. You wasn't that. But you followed the pattern, went through the process, trust his system, and you came out to be a made man. Now he can trust you because now he's about to bless you. You've been through, you built it, and now he dwells with you. Are you saying what I'm saying? So hear the prayer of your servant and his supplications for the Lord's sake. Cause your face to shine where? On your sanctuary. So if we fill the sanctuary, our lives with prayer, with rejoicing, giving thanks, he'll cause it. We build it, he caused it. He told Noah, you build the ark, I'll cause the flood. You build the sanctuary, I'll cause my presence, my anointing to show up in that place. I need something to happen in my life. That's what you're really saying there. I need a cause. God said, give me an effect then. Give me an effect and I'll cause it. I'll cause it. Watch this. Go with me to Hebrews chapter 5. Hebrews 5. Seven through 8. Who in the days of his flesh, we're talking about Christ here, when he had offered up, we're talking about Christ here. In the days of his flesh, when he had offered up what? And what? Didn't we just read that back in Daniel? That's Old Testament. Now here the Lord way in the New Testament doing exactly that. Sounds like to me he's following a, talk back to me, church. Found a pattern. He offered up prayers and supplications with vehement cries and tears to him who was able to do what? Save him from his death. Oh, so through the prayers and through the supplications, he was saved. Oh, it's not like as if God caused something. Was able to save him from death and was heard because of his godly what? Fear. Now, I taught you guys already. A true worshiper is one who fears God. Most people in church to me don't fear God. They just don't fear God. If I went in my back pocket and pulled a gun out right now, I told you, everybody go ducking down. You ain't fearing me now, you fear the gun. Here's why. You know what it's capable of. So you fear it. If I went in my bag, in my jacket right now, threw out a rattlesnake, everybody gonna fear again. Why? You know what that snake is capable of. I'm gonna say two words. You know what it's capable of. You know, capable. No, capable. No, capable equals fear. No, capable, no fear. Most people in church don't fear God. That's why they barely come to church. They don't tithe. They don't do any work in the church. You don't fear him because you don't know him. If you knew him, I said a couple months back, you actually think when I get a nice little sum of money, I'm like, ooh, I'm going to do this here. Oh, that's right, I got to get 10% of this here. I wasn't like that at first. I was excited about giving 10% of everything I get, but it was that pattern that caused me to go through the process that I saw that God's system works, and I always got the results I look for. Can all my tithers say amen? Yeah, we don't like tithing. It's okay to say that. He knows obviously all. We don't like doing it. But we trust his system. We trust his system. And the people who don't tithe, who don't barely come to church, you ain't followed the pattern yet. That's all. And then the ones, when you pray for me, when you always need something. We like, well, you ain't on the system plan? Get on the system. It'll save you stress, time, energy, and so how can me giving up 10% that I got make my life, my money better? See what I'm saying? The carnal mind can't receive anything spiritual. Yeah, you got to trust the system. You got to be processed. That's all it is. We trust him. We trust him. So it says here that tears to him was able to save him from death and was heard because of his godly fear. Continue. Watch this. Though he was what? A son, yet he what? What? He learned because he followed the pattern and went through the process. He learned what? Obedience. Why? Because those who genuinely fear God always operate in obedience. People who don't fear God are not obedient at all. I said it. Ain't obedient at all. Be obedient. That shows godly fear. Godly fear shows God you are a worship. God seek what? Worshipers. Lord, I know I got to pay this bill, but I'm going to serve you first. See, what you doing? You building it. You're building it. Yet he learned obedience by what? Read it there. What did it say? By the what? Oh, by the what? The things which he what? Suffered. That's the process. People like, man, you know what you could do with that money? I know what I could do with that money. Put it in the system and let the system work for me. No, y'all not hearing what I'm saying. Broke people don't understand what I'm saying. That way I ain't never got nothing. I'm going to let the system work for me. I'm not worrying about it over there. That take care of that. I got to get processed and just follow the pattern. If I'm faithful with a few things, I'll be a ruler over how much? Many. I won't get the money. I ain't even faithful with the little money I got. I make $100 a week. I don't give God 10 what I should. I give him $3, $4. I ain't going to get that. I don't want to go through the system. He learned it. Obedience is what God is looking for. Obedience is better than? Very good, class. I'm going to try to get to these two scriptures, and the old man is done. Hebrews 8, 4-5. Watch this. For if he were on earth, he would not be a priest, since there are priests who offer the gifts, that word is, according to what? Right. Remember now, I told you according means state or tested. Right. So again, he's saying according to what the law is. The law is what's stated. The law is what's tested. Got it? Watch this now. Verse 5. You're going to love this. who serve the copy and shadow of the what? What? Remember now, I want them to build me a sanctuary according to the pattern I'm going to show them. What he showed them? He showed them a shadow of the heavenly things. Follow me here. He who served the copy and shadow of the heavenly things, as Moses was divinely instructed when he was about to make what? The tabernacle. Remember, I gave you Exodus 25:8-9. He said, build me a tabernacle according to the what? Pattern. So Moses, for he said, see that you make all things according to the pattern shown on the mountain. Watch this. So that tells me that God showed Moses a pattern. Follow this. This is what works up here. It also works. Oh, whatever you loose on earth. Oh, come on, somebody. This is too easy. Did he not say, pray like this? Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. In other words, say, teach us how to honor thy name. Thy kingdom. So it ain't here yet. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on as it. All right. So let me show you how it's already working in heaven. So follow what? What's already working. Follow this pattern and put it here. As I am here, I'll also be. So build it first. Build it first. Thy kingdom come. The system. Kingdom is nothing but a system. It's how things operate. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. So the kingdom doesn't come unless the will is, talk back to me. Do the will first. And the kingdom comes. So when we learn, rejoice always, 1 Thessalonians 5:16-18, rejoice always, pray without ceasing, and give thanks for what? Everything. For this is the will of God in Christ for, talk back to me, for you. Look at your neighbors. I got to work the system. I got to work the system. I got to work the system. I ain't been following the pattern. Like, I don't really think, I know what Betty Crocker say, but I ain't really got to use 2 eggs. I'll just use 1. We didn't taste them 1 egg cakes. I ain't really got no, it says use, again, a half a cup. I ain't got much sugar. I ain't worried about going to the store. I'm just going to use a teaspoon. We didn't taste them teaspoons of sugar cakes, have we? When we taste it, we kind of go, girl, you didn't left something out. I don't know what you done, but we know you didn't follow. You didn't follow the pattern. Something missing. This is nothing but a pattern, ladies and gentlemen. Follow the pattern. Christ is the model. Paul says, imitate me as I imitate Christ. What is he really saying? I'm following. Look at your neighbor and say, I'm going to follow the pattern. What better way is to make that confession today that we all can witness here on earth and in heaven as we get ready to enter into this new year in the next several days. I'm going to follow the pattern. I'm going to follow the pattern and trust that it's processing me. Now watch this now. It's going to be uncomfortable. Remember now, he learned obedience through the things he, oh, come on now. Yeah. I'm suffering through these things, but these things are working together for my good. So when you see me weeks from later and months from later, you're going to say, God, that man looks so doggone good. You wasn't there for my suffering. I followed the pattern and it processed me because I believed in the system. And now you're looking at the talk back to me. Church, we must do the will of God. Yes, you're going to go through the suffering. But he told his disciples, if you suffer with me, you shall reign with me. Suffer, reign. Test, promotion. Build it first. Make him a sanctuary in your home, in your marriage, in your finances, and your workplace. Make him that he may dwell, but you must build it first. And he will dwell with you. I'm going to have to finish this next week, but according to the clock, that's my time. I thank you for yours. Can we give the Lord a big hand clap of praise, if you will?